Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, human dynamics, and everything in between. I got a good one for you today. I've got a good one. This'll open up a little bit of food for thought, hopefully. When you start looking into like dating and attraction, like material and content of such, people will tell you how to act. People will tell you what a woman likes, supposedly. People will tell you what she doesn't like and what she's repulsed by, as opposed to what she's attracted to, and so on and so forth. And it's important information, and you start to learn, you start to see things from a different perspective that you might not have initially looked into, whether that be, on a roots basis, as like what is the feminine and what is the masculine, or if you go into like a deeper evolutionary sort of perspective, or if you go here, there, or anywhere, wherever, right? I'm here to tell you that you can learn that, and it's good to learn the rules and learn what the feminine represents and what the masculine represents, and learn this game per se, and different perspectives, and read information and view information, and that's completely fine. But when it comes to engaging with women and communicating with women and being attractive and wanting to be attractive to women, there should come a point where you needn't care about how she perceives you, right? She wants a leader. She wants somebody who represents a masculine principle, one of independence, right? As opposed to your general man who is needy. And watch how these women talk about needy men, honestly. Doesn't matter if they've been married for years or not. Listen to how they are repulsed when that man starts to act needy. But if you have a lack of care as to how you are perceived by this woman, because you are honest in yourself and you put yourself first to an extent where not only can you, take it or leave it. So what if you don't like me for me? That's fine. I'll continue on moving. I'm not, desperate to have you. I know my worth. I'm fine. I will move on. But you should be completely fine of her perceiving the relationship in the same way, right? It's a perfect, empathetic perspective on you two together. You can leave me if you want. If you don't like who I am, that's completely fine. I'm not emotional about it. Now, I say that to say this, right? Because people will start to play a game in their relationship. They'll learn the information. They'll start to act mysterious. They'll start to, go to the gym and train their arms 20 times a day. They'll, they will actually genuinely improve their life, which isn't a problem, right? It's not a problem. It's a good thing to understand, because you need to learn the rules before you break them. But what underlines all of this is the foundation of a box that you can put the walls of this box up, the 2 cardboard sides, and you can just put it to one side and stop caring about it all. Because you, as a man, have your purpose. You're acting on, pursuing what means the most to you. First and foremost, as man represents the one and woman represents the two, right? Adam is the gift of God. No. Adam is the recipient of God. Whereas the woman, Eve, is the gift of God, right? Adam 1, Eve 2nd, right? The leader comes first. She loves the leader. She doesn't want to lead because it's the masculine position. The 1 represents the phallus, right? 1 and 2 equals 3. 3 represents the child. So you put yourself first and foremost, and you establish and develop such competency in your mission, in your self-understanding, in your spiritual, emotional, physical, soulful journey, that you are completely independent to any external factor. It does not matter what anybody thinks of me whatsoever, because I am so secure in myself that I can break down crying if I want. I can have a temper tantrum if I want. I can sell the house if I want. I can get 20 Rottweiler dogs if I want. I can leave the country for 5 years if I want. And you, as that woman, need to respect my independence, my spontaneity, my will to live a life. And yes, I can be conscious in thinking, if I act in this manner, she might not really be turned on by that. If I act in this manner, from what I'm aware, it might actually put a strain on the relationship. But she will have no other means but to respect you if you are who you are and you do what you do. Because there is a difference between a man being in his emotions and repulsing a woman because he's trying to conceal who he is and he's breaking down for something that doesn't warrant that emotion, in comparison to a man who is quite simply on his purpose, reacting in such a manner as to what is deemed appropriate and of a higher frequency than any other man she's ever met before in her entire life. And the thing is, if she's turned off by that, who the hell cares? Who cares? Who cares? The idea that I am here caring about what you think about me is pedestalizing you to a point where it's not attractive anyway. How much of a facade can I put on in this relationship to constantly just have this mask on, this persona of somebody who I'm not? And one day it will crack, and one day you will cringe when you see the reality of who I am, because I can't wear this mask 24 hours a day. And when it's 5 years down the line, you will subconsciously know I've been lying to you all this time, and you will never trust me again, you'll never respect me, and you'll find the next man. You can't just become this person though. You need to put yourself through the fire and go through the trials and tribulations, and you will never be 100% perfect. But that's the point. There will come a tipping point where you find yourself so comfortable and understanding of your position and that you are a man before anything else. And as a man, you are above and beyond the most beautiful queen in the world, because we are of different species, yes. I couldn't care less about what you think, because I'm too busy focusing on what matters the most to me. And the moment I start to care about how you feel towards me, I might as well be 15 years old again. Teenage boy in love. I love you and I got love for you, but if how I respond to a particular situation, or the action I take, or the decision I make, which means something to me, if that's problematic to the degree where you are considering leaving me, that's completely fine. You always can do that. This isn't a prison. You can go find the next man who will imprison you in that relationship, and you'll live a life of living hell. But with us, we're fluid. And that's what you want. And that's what you're attracted to. A man who can maneuver. A man who is organic. A man who keeps things fresh. A man who keeps the stimulation of that fascination within your beautiful feminine imagination, within that brain. That's some pimping. Now, I'm not saying this to say, oh, start breaking down and crying and stuff like that. I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? I say that, I know I didn't, stick on that throughout the entire conversation, but there might have been a little concentration on that. That's not me, but I say that to say, most men will say, don't ever do that. Don't ever see you weak. Which, each to their own. Some women might be incredibly turned off by that, but I say that to be striking and to say, who cares, man? Are you telling me you can't be yourself around that woman? Are you trying so hard to be somebody else That's a violation of your masculine principle. You're in complete submission when you're acting and behaving and even in consideration of such behavior, right? Learn the rules, understand what is and what is not, and what can change and what is written in stone. Understand the principles of attraction and dating, and what women are and what men are, and how we interact and communicate, and so on and so forth. And then once you learn all of that, just acknowledge it. Be at peace with yourself because you now know this information, and you're only going to learn more as the years go by. But your foundation is of such that it's bordering on the esoteric degree of knowledge. And just take that information and push it to the side and just live your life. That's some game. That's some game. Be free. Yeah. That's mad. That's some pimping in itself, yeah? Be free. You're one, she's two, be free, yeah? Come together, accept one another, accept her nature, and she'll accept yours, and that is one of independence first and foremost. When that man gets into a relationship with that woman, generally speaking, that man does not want to be in a relationship. He wants to have sex, and it's her imperative after she opens her legs to enslave that man. For the sake of that child her body is craving, and that's why she's getting the deed on with you. But that man who jumps into that situation because, oh, I've been waiting for this moment for so long, she subconsciously acknowledges the fact that he's pedestalizing her. That's a turn-off. But if the man doesn't care about that, and he ain't got time to waste, and he's on his purpose, and he's like, right, I found myself a beautiful woman here who looks after me. I can now stop seeing women, which is going to save me so much time and energy, and I can go out on my purpose and live my life. Isn't that way more powerful a man than the other man who's pedestalized her? Have you seen the difference? It doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on when it comes to this. The bottom line is, if you're doing you, and you're not doing you for the sake of somebody else, if you're not doing someone else, you're doing you, she can't help but respect that. 2 links down in the description. That's some game. Click like and subscribe. Peace.